Hello, good morning, students. Please turn on your camera because if you don't, you'll be considered absent, okay? Students? Good morning.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Miss.
How is it going today?
Very good. And you?
I'm pretty good too. Thank you for asking me. By the way, have you had your breakfast yet?
Of course, Miss.
Good, very good. That means you are ready to study right now. Before starting our lesson today, let's pray first. Who is the chairman of the class?
Yeah, I'm the chairman of this business.
Oh, okay, Azara, please let us go praying together.
Okay, Miss. Before we start our lesson today, let's pray together. Praying begin. Finish.
Very good, Zara. Thank you. Well, students, please pay attention. Let me take the attendance first. Zara Putri Hasta,
Present.
Farah Nabila,
Present, Miss.
Irene Angela,
Present.
Natasha Vida Fauzia,
Present.
Rafina Junior,
Present.
Rifa Agustina. Okay, that's awesome, students. No one is absent today. Keep it up, okay? Alright, last week we have learned about the price index and inflation. Today we're going to learn about the monetary policy. Before we go into a deeper discussion, first we need to fully understand the meaning of monetary policy. Okay, let's talk about the definition of monetary policy first. Who knows exactly what's the meaning or the definition of monetary policy? For anyone who knows, please raise your hand or turn on your microphone. Students?
I think we don't really understand about it, Miss. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. If you, I think it seems like you guys are not quite familiar with this concept, so please allow me to explain this, okay? Let me share screen first. Nine, concerning Bank Indonesia, monetary policy is defined and implemented by Bank Indonesia to achieve and maintain stability in the value of the rupiah, which is carried out, among other things, by controlling the amount of money in circulation and or interest rates, in order to control monetary variables such as money supply, base money, credit, and interest rates, to achieve certain predetermined economic goals. Next, please. Okay, so monetary policy can also be interpreted as a policy taken by the central bank to increase and decrease the amount of money in circulation. Monetary policy is an integral part of macroeconomic policy in terms of policies other than fiscal policy and exchange policy, which is controlled by Bank Indonesia as Asia. So what the to repeat the meaning or the definition of monetary policy. Okay, as you can see, there are 7 rules and functions of monetary policy. First, maintaining the investment climate. Second, expanding job opportunities. Third, creating high economic growth. Fourth, improve balance of payments conditions. Fifth, maintaining the stability of the currency exchange rate. Sixth, maintaining the stability of the prices of goods and services. 7, lowering the inflation rate. Irene Angela, hello, Irene, are you there?
Yes?
Can you please mute your microphone?
Okay, I'm sorry, Miss.
Okay, yeah, it's okay, yeah. Back to the topic now. Please, one person. Yeah, it's okay. Now, back to the topic. Now, one person, please repeat the role and function of monetary policy with your own words. Farah? Farah Nabila, Farah, are you there?
Yes, Miss.
While you turn off your camera, can you please answer my question about the role and function of monetary policy?
Okay, I'm sorry, Miss. So there are 7 rules and functions of monetary policy. First, maintaining the investment climate. Second, expanding job opportunities. Third, creating high economic growth. Fourth, I forget the very next answer.
It's okay. It's a nice try. Anyone want to help Farah to answer?
Can I answer, Miss?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Natasha.
So the fourth rule is improve balance of payments condition. Fifth, maintaining the stability of the currency exchange rate. Sixth, maintaining the stability of prices of goods and services. And seven, lowering the inflation rate risk.
Very good, Natasha. Thank you, Farah and Natasha, for answering. Okay, now let's talk about the objectives of monetary policy. Okay, now we will learn about the objective of monetary policy. The monetary objective, as stated in Law Number 6 of 2009, Article 7, concerning Bank Indonesia, is to achieve and maintain stability in the value of the rupiah. The stability of the rupiah value has 2 aspects, namely on goods and services, which is reflected in the inflation rate, and against other countries' currencies, which is reflected in the development of the exchange rate. The main objective is to maintain the inflation rate target set by the government and maintain the stability of the value of money. Guys, are you following me?
Yes,
Miss.
I'm still here.
Good. So there are 2 types of monetary policy. Next, please. Okay. There are 2 types of monetary policy. First, expansive monetary policy, and second, contractive monetary policy. Expansive monetary policy is a policy in order to increase the amount of money in circulation through a loose monetary policy. The implementation of which is as follows: discount policy, such as reduction in interest rates; open market policy, such as purchase of securities; cash ratio policy, such as increase in cash reserves; and selective credit policy, such as closed credit. And second, contractive monetary policy is a policy in order to reduce the amount of money in circulation through a tight money policy. The implementation of which is as follows: discount policy, such as increase in interest rates; open market policy, sale of securities; cash ratio policy, such as increase in cash reserves; and selective credit policy, tightening of credit. Okay, Now let's move on to the last one. We will learn about the monetary policy instruments. Who knows exactly the instruments of monetary policy? For anyone who knows, please raise your hand or turn on your mic.
May I answer to this question, Miss?
Oh yeah, of course, Azara. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Miss. So there are four monetary policy instruments. First is open market operations. Second is discount interest rate. Third is mandatory reserves ratio, and the fourth is selective credit policy.
Brilliant, Azara. Brilliant, Azara. Thank you for answering. Okay. So there are four monetary policy instruments. As you can see, okay, there are four monetary policy instruments. First, open market operations, implemented by selling or buying government securities, including Bank Indonesia certificates, money market securities, stocks, and bonds. Second, discount interest rate. Is the policy is carried out by paying the interest rate at each commercial bank. The third is mandatory reserve ratio. Mandatory reserve ratio is a policy carried out by increasing or decreasing the minimum reserves that must be met by commercial banks in circulating or providing credit to the public. And fourth, a selective credit policy is the policies made by the government in granting or not credit. Okay, that's all the material of the day. Any questions? Well done, everyone. It seems like all of you have understood the subject very well. So please one person to summarize the learning subject today. Maybe Irene?
Okay, Miss. So maybe the conclusion that I take from the subject today that monetary policy is controlled and implemented by Bank Indonesia, the Central Bank of Indonesia, and to achieve and maintain stability for our currencies, rupiah, and this monetary policy have 7 roles and functions, such as maintaining the investment climate, expanding job opportunities, creating high economic growth, improve balance of payments conditions, stability of currency exchange rate, stability of prices of goods and service, and lowering the inflation rate. And there are 2 types of monetary policy. What I get is the expansive and contractive monetary policy. And monetary policy have also 4 instruments, such as open market operation, discount interest rate, mandatory reserve ratio, and selective credit policy. I think that's all from me, Miss. Thank you.
Well done. That's a great answer, Irene. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's all for today. For your homework, I will assign to you the exercise questions from the economic textbook. It's on page 40, consisting of 10 multiple choice questions and 3 essay questions. Please write it down on your notebook and scan or take a picture of it and then upload it on Google Classroom. Do you understand, students?
Understood,
Yes,
Miss.
Okay, thank you for attending the class today. For the next meeting, I hope every student will participate more actively, and don't forget to do your individual assignment. Thank you for your attention. See you next week. Bye.
See you next week, Miss.
Thank you,
Bye.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.